Hi, I'm Ross, and I've had a big talk with Shogun Showdown composer Oscar di Mondogemello. Shogun Showdown is a 2D turn-based roguelike with cool Japanese aesthetics, remarkably well-balanced gameplay, and captivating sound. Oscar is a nice guy, first of all, and a great musician from Italy. He was very polite to chat with me about how he had given this sound to the game. This interview actually took a lot of time and effort to make, so if you like it, please subscribe and enjoy. Oh, and one small thing before we go. You can hear my voice has accent. I'm not a native English speaker, and a big portion of my audience is from Russia. So, this video has Russian and English subtitles encapsulated. Let the interview begin! I want to know, how did you end up on the project?
It's a very easy story because Mirko, the game developer, me and him was a very close friend in the past. I am 43 years old,
Okay.
and I play since I was 13 maybe. I had a lot of projects, and Mirko knows all of them. And so it's a very close friend, but also a fan of my musical works. And so one day he comes out and tell me, "Oh, Ivan, how are you doing? I'm making a video game. Would you like to make a couple songs for this project?" Okay, maybe when I have time, I do it. In the spare time, I try to make some kind of music. It's totally different from the final result. And you say, "Oh, okay, maybe, okay, maybe." And then I heard nothing for about 6 months. And then he comes out again and tell me, "Ivan, someone bought the game. We need a soundtrack." And I say, "Okay, now it's time to work on this soundtrack." The most difficult part was to find correct sound because Mirko leaves me all the choices. It's up to me. I try to figure the way to make something that contains my style and also the Japanese style. I never played something Japanese or Japanese instrument in my life, and also the 8-bit chiptune sounds. We came out with this level of composition. So we have rhythmic stuff. It's all auto-beat, 8-bit. For the melody, I use traditional Japanese instrument, but I am not able to play well as a real instrument. So I decided to play it in a non-conventional way. And then add my grunge guitar, and this is the result.
So, yeah, you said you had to play some Japanese original authentic instruments. Can you name something? Can you try to remember what was it?
The most interesting instrument and the greatest sound is the koto. The koto is a kind of slide guitar and also the taiko drums. Taiko drums, these big drums. I don't actually play real instrument. I always use VST or recorded sound, especially for the koto. The koto is played with two hands. It's very kind of arpeggio, always playing under the note. And do it with my keyboard. I recorded all the album with this keyboard. It's a donor.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Fuck. Yeah. Nice one.
And it's very difficult to play an arpeggio and then the note. So I try to play it like two single fingers. So the bass and the melody plays in circle. So I start with the layer and then add more layer. And when comes the third layer, maybe the second layer change.
Yeah.
And so this goes on, and sometimes during the writing of all the songs, the final melody comes only when I finish the song. So I finish the song and say, "Well, this melody is not good," and then try to disassemble all the layers and modify the one, and then create.
Were you given any instructions by the game designer? Maybe you were given any footage, any photos or videos of drafts of the game?
Yeah, especially when we are close to the closure of the project. I have a lot of contact with the developer, and then I start to see the final game, and so we need to fit some songs in the right level, so the right level of game. And then the developer asked me for more intensity or more darkness, or change a little bit the mood of the songs, or we need a battle. This must bring down all the stuff you have, and so I have directions, but completely free to move with my wait, people. Taste.
Yeah. That's great. When you got the job, when you I'm gonna do the soundtrack. It's a 2D game, pixelated graphics, Japanese setting. Did you use anything to inspire you, to put you into the right mood?
Yeah. Yep. I am a game player. I play a lot of video games since I was a kid. And then I try to listen also Japanese music, contemporary Japanese music, and then traditional Japanese music. Only for the choice of what instrument I need to use here, or what drums I need here. Only for the instrument and the complexive sound, not for the writing. So I'm not a professional musician. Yes, I can play. I know how to play, but I don't follow a lot of musical theories. It's only of my taste. Say this is good, this is not good. I can make more of this and not this.
You said you are an active gamer. Maybe you just opened some games. Maybe you can remember what exactly you played.
Yeah. One of my favorite soundtrack is The Messenger. I don't know if you know the game. The Messenger. It's a kind of a ninja game. I love so much the Minecraft soundtrack.
Your main drums. Did you use 8-bit drums? Did you record them using plugins, using maybe pedals, connecting them between each other, or was just sampled? Did you use presets or any other like VST drums for this?
I played on my MIDI drums, and then I use a preset and apply a bit crusher, a kind of distortion to recreate the 8-bit sound, but not the real 8-bit sound. Many people use this kind of programmer with numbers and letters, and it's too difficult to me. So I play it and then try to find out how to make this 8-bit. Okay, I found it, and that's it.
Yeah, I understand. Sometimes it's just easier to not master instrument, but just to play music. You want to feel you're like playing music, and then you apply effects and like, oh, okay, I applied effects, fine by me.
Okay.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, because sometimes we think we are not capable to do stuff, but when you make it, when you do it, and sounds good, it's okay. There's no rule to say this is good, this is right, or it's wrong.
Yeah.
Plays good, it's good.
Did you have any trouble writing this soundtrack? Maybe there was a definite track out of all tracks that you created, which was the most difficult to do.
The final tracks for the Shoguns, because I have a very different vision from what Mirko wants. So I make these black metal pieces. And Mirko says, what? So this was difficult because only for these two pieces, he asked me for the headbanging style, and so I start to write songs. This, okay, I need to do this. I try with the guitar. And so this was the most difficult songs. Theater of Illusion have a very interesting story because I never sleep at night. I always sleep in the day because I change my time. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm a father and my daughter never sleeps at night. So I come at the computer at maybe 4 or 5 in the morning, try to make something. So this rhythm come into my mind, doom, do, doom, do, doom, do, doom, do, doom, I start, and then I take the bass guitar. I try to do, doom, do, doom, do, doom, do, doom. I played maybe for 2 hours. Doom, do, doom, doom, it's good, it's good, it's good. And then I recorded the song, and in the first step, the song was maybe 15 or 20 minutes. Always this loop going. I play the song all the night and say, oh, wow, it's awesome. I give the song to Mirko, and Mirko says, Ivan, it's a masterpiece, okay? But we need to stay in 2 or 3 minutes. Okay, wow, fuck. So make it. And I cut it in 4 minutes, maybe. I don't remember. It's I think 4 minutes.
The Theater of Illusions is a tricky level, and the sound you used, the sound of synthesizer. I don't know how did you create it, but the sound of synthesizer, which in the beginning of the song it sounds one way, but by the end of the song it sounds
Is this the synthesizer? This switch for one voice and 2 voices, and this is the change.
Because it's wow. Holy hell, it's so simple and yet so effective. This is amazing. So you do all the music by yourself at home, and then you take it maybe to another studio to mix and master by some sound guys, engineer guys. Is it the right?
It's perfect. I recorded all in my room on my desk here, and I have a rehearsal room where I play with my bands. So I go there to record the guitar, and then I go to this studio where guy make the mix and the master. I could make a good job, but it's my first soundtrack. I want to do it great, so I go to the studio.
Can you try to remember how much time did it take you to create the soundtrack?
I work on the soundtrack for 2 years. I can say maybe 3 or 4 hours a day. We discard a lot of songs. Maybe other 20 songs we don't use. Sometimes in 4 hours I can make a couple songs. Sometimes in 4 hours I can make nothing. So I can record, and the end say, fuck it, I delete everything and say tomorrow.
I get it. Are you interested in getting made new soundtracks for video games, maybe for cinematics?
I would like to make another soundtrack, definitely. But it's a tough word. So I try to propose myself to other people, but you cannot decide it. So maybe in 1 year, someone listen to the soundtrack, say, wow, it's amazing. I need this guy. Maybe it's in 1 year, maybe it's in 5. I don't know. I keep working on other stuff. So on my project, the other band's project, but for video games, I have nothing planned. I hope that Mirko makes another game and ask me again to make the soundtrack, because it's a kind of a game. I don't know. It's a joke. It's funny.